Hi everyone, welcome to Mindful Crafts and More. I'm Katrina. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. Take a look at this video or any of my other videos. And if you find yourself inspired, join my channel. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you just hanging out with me for a bit. So, hi everyone. I am currently away from home, but I am trying to do what I can to continue to work on some projects here and there. Today, I would like to share with you my recipe on how I created a beautiful tatted bracelet. So I actually created this bracelet quite some time ago, but I showed it and didn't have enough time to upload a tutorial on it. So I'm going to kind of share a tutorial / recipe on how I made it, and hopefully that will help you guys out. So this is the beautiful tatted bracelet that I would like to show you guys. It actually is just a piece of lace work that I was able to use my joins and add a little bit of beads. So I'll explain how to add the beads in the tutorial, but also I will show you how to do it regardless of whether you have beads or not. Okay, so let's take a look and see the materials that are needed for it and what you can use to make something beautiful for yourself. All right, so hold on for a moment. The bracelet shown here in this example was made using craft cord, and these are examples of craft cord that can be used. They come in a variety of colors, and they are about 10 yards each. They make beautiful jewelry, and you can make one with just one skein. So that's wonderful, okay? All right, so here we have our bracelet, and let's take a look at it. This bracelet is constructed with rings and chains. So you do have to have a little bit of knowledge on how to make rings and chains and how to join the rings using picots. So the construction is pretty simple, and once you get the hang of it, then you will understand and be able to move very quickly to complete your project. We're going to start with a ring over here, okay? And we're going to make a complete ring with picots. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and make a chain. From there, we're going to make another ring. And as we're making the ring, we're going to join it to the picot of the first ring. This is where you're going to go ahead and place your bead if you desire to have beads in your project. Once you complete that ring, you're then going to go ahead and make another chain. And you're going to continue to replicate those two steps until you get your piece as long as you want it. Once you get to the end, you'll go ahead then and make another ring, but that ring is going to be a little bit different because we want to end up on the opposite side, okay? So from there, you will have over half of your bracelet completed, and then you're going to go ahead and make chains just to get some symmetry for your piece and head all the way back to the beginning, where you will then make your last chain and join it to the beginning of your work. After that, your bracelet is done. Go ahead and add your hardware, and you have a beautiful tatted bracelet. All right. So now that we've kind of explained how to do it and you have the recipe, now let's go ahead and take a look at how we can make one ourselves. All right. So let me switch my camera and we will get ready. These are the materials that you will need for this project. Today, I'm going to be using Aunt Lydia's Classic Crochet Cotton. This is size 10. We're going to use a size 5 tatting needle, a small steel crochet hook, and the size of the hook needs to be small enough that you'll actually be able to fit it through your beads. okay? We're going to use small glass beads, and this is optional. So I'm going to show you how to use the beads, but I'm going to make the actual item without the beads, okay? And then you will need your closures and your finishings, and that will be whatever you choose. In addition to that, you probably should go ahead and get yourself some jump rings in order to attach as well. And you need a pair of scissors, okay? All right, so we are ready to begin. I have given myself at least about 2 yards of tail thread at the back of my work, and we'll leave just a little bit extra here as we get ready to get started. We're going to go ahead and begin with a ring of 5 double stitches. Picot, 4 double stitches, very small picot, 4 double stitches, picot, 4 double stitches. All right. So this is a recap of, ring number 1. 5 double stitches, picot, 5 double stitches, very small picot, 5 double stitches, picot, 5 double stitches. Let's go ahead and close this ring. Pick up loop, pull at the back, pull at the front. I'm going to turn my work. I'm going to make a knot. All right, so here we have our ring. 5 double stitches picot, 5 double stitches very small picot, 5 double stitches picot, 5 double stitches. All right, so we're going to keep our work in this direction, and we're just going to make sure that we have the orientation of our thread and our tail thread correct. All right, so make sure that you are tatting using your thread that is coming from your ball and not the tail that's coming from the back. Okay, so let's do a chain, and our chain will be 5 double stitches, followed by a picot, 4 double stitches. All right, so this is our chain after our first ring. All right, let's go ahead and close the chain. We're going to turn our work. Make a knot. And there we have our first ring and chain. All right, so now we're going to leave our work in this direction. And we're going to make another ring. So this is ring number 2. Ring number 2 will be 5 double stitches. And now we're going to join it to the picot from the first ring. If you're going to do beads, this is where you would put the beads in, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the beads so that you know how to put them in. So you will gather your bead, pick it up. You're going to grab your picot and you're going to slide and transfer the bead onto the picot like that. Then you will go ahead and you will grab your thread and you will place that loop onto your work, and that's how you will join it to the next ring. Okay, so now it's in the ring and we just need to now complete our ring. Okay, so now I'm going to take it off because I'm not going to do this one with the beads on it, but I wanted to show you how to go about doing it. Okay, so now that we have our picot on and we have joined it, we're going to do 5 double stitches. Followed by a very small picot. 4 more double stitches. Larger picot, 4 double stitches. Okay, this is ring number 2, 5 double stitches, join, 5 double stitches, very small picot, 5 double stitches, picot, 5 double stitches. Let's go ahead and close ring number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's ring number 2. Let's go ahead and make our knot. We're going to turn our work. Make a knot. All right, and that is ring number 2. All right, so now we need to do another chain, and our work is going to grow in this direction. So let's go ahead and make sure that our thread thread is in the correct position so that we are using our thread from our ball to tat with, and we're going to make another chain. So let's do 5 double stitches. Picot, 4 double stitches. All right, so we now have our chain completed. Let's go ahead and close our chain. Turn to work. Make a knot. All right, so this is what we have so far. Ring number 1, chain, ring number 2 connected to ring number 1. And again, this is where you would have placed your bead. And then we have chain number 2. Now we're ready to do our next ring. Put our work close. And let's begin with 5 double stitches. Next, we're going to join to the picot of the last ring. Next, we're going to do 5 more double stitches. Very small picot. Four more double stitches. Picot, 4 more double stitches. All right, so this is our ring. Hopefully you can see that. 5 double stitches, join, 5 double stitches, very small picot, 5 double stitches, picot, 5 double stitches. Let's go ahead and close this ring. I'm going to turn our work. Make a knot. And we will continue with doing another chain. All right, so you're going to continue to do the same sequence over and over again, which is a ring joined to the previous ring, followed by a chain. And you're going to do that until you have completed 11 total rings and chains. All right. So I'll do it again a few times and hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. And then I will go ahead and come back to you when I am on ring and chain number 11. Okay. All right. So you can continue to watch for a little bit. I'll do 1 or 2 more rings and chains and then I will come back to you. Okay. I am back. So here I have completed a total of 10 rings. I want 12 total. So I'm going to do the next to the last one with you guys, and then I will show you the special ring that's going to be on the end. You can make these as long as you want them to be. So today I'm showing you how to do a bracelet, but you could make them longer depending on the size that you want, or make them shorter depending on the size that you want. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our next to the last one. I'll do it along with you guys. Want to do a ring of 5 double stitches. Then we're going to join. Five double stitches. Small picot, very small. Four double stitches. Picot, 4 double stitches. All right, so I'm going to recap this one. Again, all of our rings have a total number of stitches that are the same. It's just where we put the picots and whether we join. Okay, so this one is 5 double stitches join, 5 double stitches, very small picot, 5 double stitches picot, 5 double stitches. Let's close this ring. And turn our work. Make a knot. And then prepare for our next chain. All right, all of the chains in here on this side are exactly the same. 5 double stitches, picot, 5 double stitches. All right, so this completes our chain. Let's go ahead and close it. Turn our work. Make a knot. Okay. I am back. This is what we have so far. I now have my piece pretty close to the length that I want it to be, knowing that I have one more ring to do. The last ring that I'm going to do is going to be different from number 1 and number 2 that we repeated. The reason for this ring is because we want to end up with our ring completed on this side of our work and not on this side of our work. If you look closely, you can see that all of our rings that were done ended up on this side of our work, and then we put a chain afterwards. All right. So for here, this is the last chain that we want. We want to do another ring here, but we want the ring to kind of resemble this one, with the exception of it ending on this side of our work instead of that side. All right. And the way we're going to do that is by doing something called a split ring. All right. So let's start, and I will walk you through doing a split ring. So we're going to take our piece, and we're going to begin with 5 double stitches, and then we're going to join, and 5 double stitches. Okay, so here we have the first half of our split ring. Now, the way you do a split ring in needle tatting is you're going to have to use this tail thread back here instead of the ball thread here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove our tail thread from our needle, and we're going to turn our needle, and we're going to begin tatting with the tail thread. All right. Now, instead of doing the stitches the way we did them before, we're going to do something called reverse tatting. Reverse tatting is doing the second half of the double stitch first, like so, and the first half of the double stitch second, like so. All right, so I'll do that again. So that was one reverse tatted double stitch. So this was the second half and the first half. That's 2. Second half, first half, that's 3. Second half, first half, that's 4. Second half, first half, that's 5. All right. Now I want to do a picot here. All right. And let's now go ahead and do the second half and give ourselves a nice picot here, because it's going to be the end, and first half, and slide it over. All right. Now I need to do 4 more reverse tatted double stitches. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's 5 because it's reverse tatted, but when you turn it on this side, it does. And that helps to keep all of your stitches even by doing the reverse tatting when you're doing a split ring on the second half of it. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and rethread our needle. And then we'll do a quick recap on this last ring here. All right, quick recap. We started out here with the ball thread, and we did 5 double stitches, joined 5 double stitches. Then we turned our work, we removed the tail thread, and we reverse tatted 5 double stitches, picot, 5 double stitches. All right, so this is what it should look like for your split ring before you pull your tail thread through. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to turn our work. We're going to make a knot. And back. Here we have our completed length for our bracelet. The final ring, as you see here, was the split ring, and it is now ended on the opposite side of where our chains are. And that's where we want it to be. Now, the only thing we need left to do is to do our chains, leading ourselves back to the beginning ring here, okay? So let's go ahead and make sure we have our orientation correct so that we can tat our chains. Now, as you tat your chains, your tatting is going to go from the eye of your needle towards the tip. All right, so that being said, the stitches will curve away from you. All right, so that means that we can take our needle and we can put it so that we are tatting away from our bracelet, and then it'll curve toward the bracelet, if that makes any sense. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and make our 5 double stitches. One picot, 4 more double stitches. All right, so that is completed. Let's go ahead now and close our chain. We're going to turn our work. Let me get this untwisted. Somehow it got twisted. Okay, there we go. We're going to turn our work. And we're going to make a knot. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to connect it. All right, so we're going to turn our work. And you should be able to see that your work is now, your curve is going towards your bracelet. And that's where we want it to go. So in order to connect it, I went ahead and pulled a loop from my ball thread, pulled it through, like so. And I went ahead and put it on my needle. Now, this may not be the correct thing to do. And so for those of you guys who are experienced tatters, you might say, well, what is she doing? She's not doing that correct. You know what? It's okay. This is just what I came up with to try to get everything the way I wanted it to be. And it worked for what I was trying to do. All right. So I have it close. And when I pull this through, then it's going to go through. Okay. So let's go ahead and do 5 double stitches. Picot, 4 double stitches, all right, so it looks like here I got something caught, so let me undo that and redo. So I am back to my 5 double stitches. Let's do my picot, 4 double stitches. Okay, so there we go. So let's see if the method that I used to attach it works. In theory, it should work, but we'll see. All right, here we go. I'm gonna pull everything through. All right, I'm gonna turn my work. Make a knot. Turn my work back. Make sure I have my threads oriented correctly. Okay, so I am at the point where I have just made my chain, and I'm trying to make sure that I have a good way to explain to you how I am connecting my chain. I don't think that this is a conventional way, but it is easy for me to understand and explain it. So I hope that you guys will understand what I'm trying to do. All right, so this thread here is going to my needle. This thread here is going to my ball of thread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from behind, and I'm going to go through this picot from front to back, and I'm going to pull this ball thread through to the front. That's my working thread. Okay, now that I have it through, I'm going to take my needle, and I'm just going to put that loop on my needle, and I'm going to put it in place, and then I'm just going to continue tatting. When I pull my stitches through, it will catch and it should lock everything in place. All right, so let's go ahead and do our next chain of 5 double stitches. Picot, 5 double stitches. All right, so that's what we have. Now let's go ahead and pull it through. Turn our work. Make a knot. Turn our work back. All right, so once again, we have to get our orientation up straight. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we have our needle thread and our working thread. We're going to pull our working thread through the picot and place it on the needle. And continue tatting. And back. We have now completed all the chains on the opposite side, and so now our bracelet looks symmetric or close to symmetric. All right, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a connection here to this very last picot. All right, so first you're going to have to kind of decide which side is your front and your back side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make a knot so that it comes through on the back side. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do that twice. So that I have a good knot present. And the only thing left to do is hide my ends. Okay, so let's go ahead and hide the ends. I'm going to go in and just go under. I can go under when I am working with needle tatting. It is not as easy for me to go under when I am doing shuttle tatting. So let's go under a few stitches and secure. I'll go in one direction with one set of stitches, and then I'll go in the other direction with the other. Okay. And it is tight, but that's what you want. You don't want it to be easy for your stitches to come out. So that's actually a good thing. All right. So let's see if we can get this to go through. I will go through a little bit more. And sometimes I will go around the whole entire ring, but not all the time. I just want to make sure that I have enough of my stitches hidden in there so that it's not going to come undone. Okay, so that's good for that part. I think that looks good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and cut our working thread because that was our tail thread. We'll go ahead and cut that off. Okay. And let's cut our working thread. And thread it through. Like so. And I'm going to go in the opposite direction for this one. All right, so I'm going to find where it seems to be coming out first. And then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of follow a line of stitches and try to tunnel underneath them. Okay, so I came out here. So now I just need to go back in that spot and then continue to go around. That way it's, completely hidden. And that's what you want. Okay, that looks good. Pull all the way through. I am back. And look at this beautiful bracelet. I just love the way it came out. I hope you were able to follow my recipe as well as the tutorial, and I hope it inspired you to come up with some ideas for yourself. Speaking of ideas, I came up with a few ideas as I was working on this very video. So let's take a look at the ideas that I came up with, and you can tell me what you think. This is the initial one that I came up with, and I put beads in between the picots. Once I figured out how to do the picots, then I wanted to know how to put the beads in between. So you can use contrasting beads as I have here, or you can use a similar color to the threads that you are using. Either way, I think it will be very beautiful. Another take on it that I don't have here is everywhere that I have picots, you could go ahead and add beads. However, if you're going to add beads to these picots, then you absolutely would have to string them onto your thread before you start your work. That's a different type of join than the picots that I used here, okay? But absolutely, they will be very, very beautiful. Another take on it is you could use more picots than I did, all right? And it still will become very, very beautiful and even more dainty than this one is here. Now, keeping on the same theme that I have right here, I'd like to show you some other things that I came up with, and hopefully you can see that the possibilities are endless. So I worked on something smaller and thought, well, what will it look like? And what could I have to go with this bracelet? So this is what I came up with. I think these are beautiful and they would make some beautiful earrings. So the way I came up with these is I basically just took ring number 1, chain, ring number 2, chain, and then ring number 3. And then I went back on the opposite side and did my chains to take me back to ring number 1. And as you see for this one, I did incorporate the beads. And I think these came out beautiful. All right. Now, in addition to that, I came up with something else that I thought, oh, these are so adorable. What if you just took the very small motif? And that would be here. So these are just so adorable. And I think they would also make beautiful earrings. So for this one, I did ring number 1, chain, and ring number 3. And then I did the chain to get back to ring number 1. So as you see, that would be here, except instead of ring number 2 being here, it would be ring number 3. And I think that all of these have come out and they have turned out to be so beautiful, and all from one simple design. I'm sure there are other design combinations that you guys could see and come up with. And I would love to hear from you if you come up with something that's based on this recipe. All right. So let's go ahead and switch our camera so that we can talk a little bit. Okay. Hold on for a moment. I am back. And I really had a wonderful time working on this video for recipe slash tutorial. And I hope that it was helpful for you. As you see, when you work on a craft recipe, the inspiration and possibilities are endless. You can take it in so many different directions, and all of those things can come out really, really good. So as you see, I quickly went ahead and made the items as I thought of them so that I could make sure that I did not forget what I did. And I hope that they were inspiring to you guys as well. All right. So as you see, the techniques that we learned here are making rings with picots, joining those rings using the picots, but also being able to add beads to them. In addition to that, we learned how to make chains, and we learned how to join those chains to picots. And again, the way that I did it is probably not traditional or conventional, but it is, I believe, similar to what they call a lock join, in the fact that I did use the working thread to bring it forward, and then I put it on my needle so that when I did my double stitches, it would pass through the needle. And that's traditionally how you do a lock join. All right, so yes, I believe that's what it is. And if you guys have any ideas on that, I would welcome those comments so that I can make sure that I'm using the correct terms. Okay, and I really do appreciate it as I'm just learning. Okay. All right, so I am really thrilled. And if you guys are able to follow my recipe and use it to make something for yourself or for a loved one or just for any reason, I would love to hear from you. If you make a video, please just tag me in it. If you don't, send me a photo. I would just love to be able to see it. I'll leave my email in the description box below. That way, should you decide to share it, I'm happy to show what you have done on a video and just do a shout out for you and just see your beautiful work as you are inspired to make things as well. All right. So that's all I have for this portion. Let's go ahead and take a look at the puzzle solution for the last video that included a puzzle. And this is what I came up with. And this is a puzzle for today. Once again, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you for watching my videos, giving me a thumbs up, for leaving me a kind comment, for all of the support and the encouragement. I really do appreciate it. Okay. It doesn't go unnoticed. And I know I say this a lot, but I really do mean it. You guys could be doing a lot of things with your time. And so the time that you spend watching my videos and whatnot, I really do appreciate it so very much. All right. So for each and every one of you, do everything you can to be mindful, do everything you can to be at your best health, and by all means, God, be crafty every day. I look forward to seeing you again soon in my next video or one of yours. Bye-bye now.